Hey everyone, Mortgage Nerd here. So one of the biggest things people are talking about, one of the reasons they're saying that there's a housing bubble is because rates are going up. So let's look at historically exactly what happens when mortgage rates go up and how that affects the home values. All right, so these are the mortgage rates rising this year. We saw at the end of 2021, the average rate was 3.11. Starting January 3rd, they started to skyrocket. Now it's 4.67. This was at the end of March. Now, some people are in the fives, but it all depends on what your down payment is, what your credit score, if it's a single family or a condo or a duplex or whatever. Rates are up a lot, 1.5% in the first 3 months of the year. So let's see at different periods in history when the changes in mortgage rates rise by at least 1%. These were steadier. Look, it took 14 months, 8 months, 19 months to go up 1%. We've done it in 3 months, 1.5%. So it has been very fast. But let's look at what has happened, the increase in rate, but then home prices. Home prices did not go down. Just because the rate goes up 1% doesn't mean that the values are going to go down. Another correlation that people are making that is not backed up by facts. Let's look at this one, the impact of rates rising on housing, and again by more than 1%. But let's look at, we're adding now to what was the home prices, the same chart as before, but now we're adding home sales to that chart. So yeah, the home sales dropped. Here was 11% less home sales, 2%, 2%. Look, it actually went up in this period, even though the rates went up. The home sales were dropping. So, okay, last year we had the most home sales ever in history. So if it drops, the second highest, come on. So now let's look at one of the worst increases in rate, the highest, which is kind of what we're gonna look at again now in 2022. So between 1993 and 1994, the increase was 2.38. The final rate back then was 9.2%. Ours in the 4s and 5s are still really low. Home prices went up. Wow, they still went up. And yeah, the home sales dropped. So this one is showing the same information as before, but the difference is right here, the actual final rate that we had. So the final rate in 2012, 2013 was 4.46. Home prices still went up. Prices still went up. The home sales down by 2%. The month's inventory. All right. Now remember, if you look at one of my last videos on the housing bubble, the month's inventory that we're in right now is less than 1 month of inventory that we have in the nation. Anything less than 6 months, you're in a seller's market, meaning the values are going to go up because the sellers have control. They can ask for more money. When we look at this time when the rates went up and the sales went up by 2%, the inventory was 5. Sales went down, appreciation, inventory was 4. Notice how there's appreciation because we're under 6 months. So no matter what, just because the rates go up 1%, 2%, what have you, it doesn't mean values are going to go down. All right, so here's a quote from the Director of Forecasting of the National Association of Realtors. This is exactly what I've been saying. Yeah, rates are going up because of inflation, but as we fight inflation, inflation comes down, mortgage rates are going to come right back down. They're only going up because of inflation fears. And they're kind of setting up for next year, the rest of this year, as the Fed raises the adjustable rate, the Fed fund rate. Then we're going to see as that rate goes up, we're fighting inflation, inflation comes down and mortgage rates are going to come down. Most people don't even understand half of what I said there. But here, look, while higher short-term rates will push up mortgage rates, I expect some of this impact to be mitigated eventually through lower inflation. Thus, I expect the 30-year fixed mortgage rate to continue to rise, although we aren't likely to see big jumps that occurred over the past few weeks. So yeah, it'll go up, but once inflation is fighting, it'll come down. So here, Freddie Mac is estimating that a 1% increase in mortgage rates would change the home price growth from 11 to 7%. So they're saying it would slow the growth. If you look at my other videos, we're talking 20% increase. So okay, instead of 20% increase, it'll be 15% increase. This is what I've been saying too. You could have 20 offers on a property, and yeah, higher rates are going to knock off 5 or 10 of those offers. You're still going to have multiple offers that are going to bid up. So let's just say you had 6 people making offers, and now you have 2 or 3. You still have 2 or 3 making offers on that property. It's great for those buyers that can afford it. Those that can't, they're pushed off. The values aren't going to stop going up. That's all. Just because rates go up doesn't mean values are going to crash. No housing bubble. Mortgage Nerd out.